Hello, I'm Noah. Welcome to my presentation on setting and imagery. The short story I chose was Beauty When the Other Dancer is the Self by Alice Walker. It's about this girl who ends up with this really nasty scar from her brothers and grows up being teased by all the other students, but eventually begins to love her scar after she has her daughter. So, Edgar Allan Poe was a famous American writer, poet, editor, and literary critic. He mentions that a short story must have a single mood and every sentence must build towards it. He and many authors, such as J.K. Rowling, David Quammen, and Catherine Mansfield, all follow this in all their works. Catherine Mansfield actually has a really interesting quote about actually putting in feeling in your writing. She said, "Without passion, one writes in the air or on the sands of the seashore." That quote is very meaningful towards actually putting feeling and emotion into your writing. So this picture right here actually is one that Alice Walker had written about. She had mentioned, "My father, a fat, funny man with beautiful eyes." This is an example of mood and sight. It's mood because she considers her father funny, and it's sight because you can actually visualize this man. This picture represents a dress that she wore from when she was a child. It is considered a close shot and sight. She had mentioned, "I am dressed in a green flocked, scalloped hem dress that has its own smooth satin petticoat and tiny hot pink roses tucked into each scallop. My shoes, new T-strap patent leather, again highly biscuit polished." This goes into a lot of detail into what she was wearing, to the point where you can visualize what exactly she was wearing. It describes the color of her dress all the way down to the type of shoes she was wearing. This is actually a picture of her school. It is considered a middle shot, sight, and depending on the person reading the quote, it could be mood. Walker had mentioned, "The new school is the former state penitentiary. It is a large stone building, cold and drafty." It is sight, mainly because you can actually visualize the school. It's a middle shot only because of the fact that you can't tell what type of stone the building is made out of or even the color that the building was. It can be technically mood because of the cold and drafty. It can give you more of like an eerie feeling. This quote by far is my favorite. This picture in itself represents Alice Walker and her daughter. This quote actually could represent mood, sight, and possibly hearing, depending on who reads the quote. She had stated, "She studies my face intently as we stand, her inside and me outside her crib. Then, looking every bit serious and lawyer-like as her father, she says, as if it may just possibly have slipped my attention, 'Mommy, there's a world in your eye.'" This quote touches me personally. Beautiful, beautiful quote. It is very heartfelt. It definitely grabs the attention of the reader. And it just overall just is a nice quality ending to this short story. Alice Walker wrote a very nice story. It had great forms of image and mood, and overall was a very, very good read. There were plenty more. And then I have my works cited page. And overall, this was a very, very nice read. Thank you.